You can build a team, bring in sales, and still feel miserable in your business. Today, I'll show you why that happens and the mindset shift that can help turn things around. Stay with me here. I'm Abby Johnson, CEO of Matterhorn Business Development. I've worked with over 40 different industries, revenues ranging from under $100K all the way up to $15 million to help them become more profitable and streamline their operations. Now, there are two very important factors in that, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I want to talk about what I see as a sliding scale here. A business has to have profit, right? If you're not profitable, then you are a nonprofit organization, and that is totally fine. But you need to have a profit in order to have peace of mind, experience the financial growth you want, be able to expand, be able to better serve your customers. There are so many benefits to having profit, and we have made other videos about that. But the business also has to have purpose, and the purpose isn't just, oh, so I can buy a Maserati and go sip Mai Tais on the beach. It's not even so that I can have more free time with my kids. Any of those things aren't bad necessarily, but they're all focused on you. And I love those things for you, but those are not a purpose for the business. Those are results of the business that you get to enjoy. The purpose of the business has to be about who you're helping and how you're helping them. Now, these two things, profit and purpose, have to have a delicate balance. If you are missing one of them or too far on this scale, then you're not going to get the results that you want from the business, and you're going to be miserable and unhappy. So let's talk about profit. Let's say you are only profit focused. First of all, this leads to making poor decisions that are going to harm your customers and probably not bring them back. Repeat business is a huge factor in any business. It's the lowest hanging fruit. If you are out to screw everyone else for a profit, you're not going to get that repeat business. Your business will fail eventually. Word's going to get out about you around town. Your reputation's going to go away, etc., etc. Some examples of this would be if a business or someone is all profit focused, to me, that turns into criminal activity. That's like a drug dealer. They obviously don't have a positive purpose for what they're doing. They are just doing it to make money. I also put in this category something like health insurance companies. I know that this is a controversial topic, but most of those companies don't have the purpose of actually helping their customers be healthy and take care of their needs. They nickel and dime, they try to dictate care and question everything. If you actually need this life-saving procedure, even though your doctor says you do, right? This is skewing to all profit and no purpose for me. A lot of people see a lot of big corporations like this where they are just focused on profit and the bottom line and not actually fulfilling the purpose to their customers. I don't think all big corporations are, but the bigger you get, the more profit focused it tends to be, unfortunately. Now, on the other hand, you can have someone who's very noble and a total martyr, and I am here just for a purpose and to serve my people in my community. Businesses that fall into that category are, of course, nonprofit organizations, which are amazing, but that's not what we're talking about today. If you are looking to grow a profitable business and either make a bunch of money yourself so you can do more good, or go on vacations with your family, or send your kids to college or whatever, that's probably not going to happen by having a nonprofit organization. The other people that fall on this spectrum are usually like the starving artists who unfortunately are or have to undercharge for their work because they just love doing the art so much that they can't fathom charging for it, or they have some back off charging for it or something like that. Or it's just people who have such a big heart that they get held back from charging what is actually profitable. So they end up being too purpose focused and wanting to help everyone, which I understand, but then they get in a trap where they're so purpose focused that they can't survive and they end up closing their business. I have seen this happen before where someone is so amazing and passionate, but they have this back off on actually charging for a profit, and then their business fails. As you can see, skewing for too far on either side of this spectrum is going to end up in failure. That brings me back to the original point of this video, which is if you are miserable in your business, even if you're growing, but things still don't feel right, maybe you're not growing, whatever it is, this is a foundational piece of your business that you need to look at and assess where you are on this spectrum. Are you leaning too too much into your purpose and therefore you're not making a profit. So you are breaking your back and doing 3 times, 5 times, 10 times the amount of work needed just because you are too scared to charge more money and you want to help people. Or maybe you are doing things all for profit and you are burnt out and you can feel that you just aren't actually making an impact in your community, or that every decision has now become dollar-based and not purpose-based in any sort of way. Both of these things can lead to burnout in a different way. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people watching this saying, oh, I would love to have too much profit. That would be such a great problem. But it is a real problem. It is a real phenomena that can exist where, yeah, you're making good money, but you're not doing anything, or you don't feel like you're doing anything. For me, an example of this is when my dad passed away, I had the decision to make of, do I want to continue this company and try to make it work without him, or should I go get a job? When he passed away, I was getting job offers, which was pretty presumptuous of people, but was flattering, I suppose. I know I could have gone and gotten a 6-figure job, reliable, steady salary for me and my family, but I knew that the purpose factor wasn't there. It would have been very profitable for me and my family to go get that job, but I just needed to do more than push papers around. I had this bigger purpose inside me. I chose the Matterhorn route, which has not been easy. My dad was the face of this company. As you can see, if you look back on our YouTube channel, things have gradually swung over to where I'm doing the majority of the videos now, and I am the CEO, and I've been the main coach for years now. But that initial transition was very hard because I made a purpose-based decision and eventually has led me to profit. But my point is that if I had made the profit-focused decision, I would have been very unhappy. And there are days with the purpose-focused decision where I am unhappy and it's hard and it's a struggle. But even on the days that are a struggle, I know in the back of my mind, in my heart, I know that I'm keeping my dad's legacy alive, and I know that I'm reaching and helping so many more people than I would if I was just in a normal 9-to-5. This is a very tricky thing to balance, whether that's on a personal level, like what I just shared, or in your business. But if you are struggling with growth or just feeling burnt out, I really want you to look at these 2 factors in your business and determine if you need to shift your focus a little more in one direction. So if you want to build a business that is profitable and impactful, I encourage you to book a call with us below. We help small business owners add at least $50K to their bottom line in 6 months while focusing on purpose and profitable growth. Also, if you are struggling with profit, or maybe you know you need to increase your prices, but you're really hesitant to do so, check out this video that we will link here on how to nail your pricing. I'll see you in the next video.